Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic on the 1st of March, the day we have released on Patreon the new Rikabi puzzle pack by Blobs. So I did a puzzle yesterday on the channel which shows you the style, and these are the puzzles that resulted when Blobs decided to commit himself to Nurikabi, and it's brilliant. There are 10 puzzles in the competition, 2 bonus puzzles as well. They're all really good, and I know because I have solved them for solution videos already. And I know that they're excellent, so do check those out. On Patreon you get a Sudoku hunt every month. You get solution videos if you're in the $3 a month category. You get connections and crossword videos and longer solves and all sorts of content. Do check us out on Patreon. It's well worth it. Most interesting Patreon account there is. We've also, of course, got all of our apps which feature Arrow Sudoku. I can see an arrow in here. But of course, Fog Sudoku is our latest app, and very good it is too. We've got our merchandise and Sven Sudoku Fed, all on the links under the video. Now, the first link under the video is to the puzzle on the screen, Heavy Fog by James Kopp. If this goes okay, I'm going to try and remember to try a second puzzle, which has been suggested I add on at the end of a video because it won't take very long. So, Steph and Dan, if you are watching, stay tuned. And yeah, I'll have actually a little bit of reminiscence before that from me. Anyway, first of all, we have James Kopp with his Heavy Fog, and I'm going to do the rules of this one now. The grid is covered in fog, and placing correct digits will reveal clues in the surrounding 3x3 area, not dynamic fog. Digits along a purple line, I don't see one, are a set of consecutive digits in any order with no repeats, the normal Renban rule. Digits on an arrow, I think this is an arrow, sum to the digit in the circle of that arrow. Additionally, adjacent digits on the purple lines and the arrows, including the circles, are different and not consecutive. Adjacent digits can't be consecutive. So digits, okay, well that's a slight twist on the rule. Maybe that's why this is Heavy Fog. Do give it a try on that first link under the video, or if you want an easier puzzle, try the second link under the video. I am going to start this now and say, let's get cracking. So, I don't think we could normally start the puzzle without that extra rule, because I know that these could add up to at least 6, being 1, 2, 3, plus another 1 on one end of this line is 7, and there could be a circle on the other end of this line, which could be anything from 7, 8, 9. There just isn't enough certainty over which digit is which. Now, presumably, the rule about non-consecutiveness and non-identicalness, yes, well, I don't know. I don't also know which end we're going to... I find it very hard to understand how we might know which end we're going with the circle. Maybe that's not going to be the matter, the point at issue. Right, so what I'm thinking is you cannot have 1, 2, 3 in those cells, because 2 would be sitting somewhere next to 1 or 3, and that's apparently not allowed by the rule. Adjacent digits on an arrow are different and not consecutive. So I think the minimum you could have here is 1, 2, 4 with a 4 in the middle. But I think you could also have 1, 2, 5 with a 5 in the middle, or 1, 3, 4 with a 1 in the middle. Now, why do I think those are possible? Because if you had 1, 2, 4 with a 4 in the middle, you wouldn't have any consecutiveness along the line. I'll just show you, I mean, just, you know, it might look like this, 1, 4, 2. And that none of those are consecutive, so that's fine. The same is true if it goes 3, 1, 4. This bit of the line cannot add up to more than 8. I should have made that clear. I think that's definitely true. There is a 1 in this bit. And that is because one of these lines is a continuation of the arrow, maybe the tip. And that must have a value. And yet the circle, we are told that each arrow, it says digits on an arrow sum to the digit in the circle of that line. It's not pills or double-digit numbers. There is a single digit in the circle. So the maximum value of the whole arrow is 9. Take off the 1 for whichever end has a digit on an arrow, and the maximum for this chunk is 8. So there must be a 1 on it. Okay, now I'm going to rule out 1, 5, 2. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm beginning to get this now. Right. 1, 5, 2 can't be the case because the other digit on the line would be a 1 to make the line add up to 9 and no more. And that 1 would then be sitting next to 1 or 2 on one end or the other. And it's not allowed to sit next to either. It says adjacent digits on the purple lines and the arrows are different and not consecutive. So 1 could not be here sitting next to a 1 or a 2. In fact, okay, I'm going to change the order in which I'm solving this. So first of all, because this can't be 1, 2, 3, this part of the line adds up to at least 7. Therefore, the extra digit on the line is no more than 2. Now, how do I know there aren't 2 extra digits, which might be there and there, because they would both have to be 1s, and they would be consecutive on the line. That's not allowed. So there is 1 extra digit, and it's a 1 or a 2 in one of those cells. Now, what that means to me is that you cannot have a conformation here where 1 and 2 end up in those cells. And of the 3 possibilities I listed, 1, 2, 4 with a 4 in the middle, and 1, 2, 5 with a 5 in the middle, that makes this line impossible. Therefore, this line is the other possibility. It's 3, 4 with a 1 in the middle. And I'm going to put this 1 in and it's going to clear some fog. There we go. Now, I still don't know which end of the line is a 1 and which end is a 9. But I do know that that is a 1-9 pair. So now, so the fog has revealed a different arrow. This is lovely. What's going on with this arrow? Digits along, I mean, is it the same thing? No, it's not. Ah, here we go. If this was a 1, the digits on this arrow would have to be 2, 3, and 4, adding up to 9 here. Now, that would actually create 2 problems. One of the problems it would create is 2 9s in those cells. The other problem it would create is that 2, 3, and 4 would have to sit on this arrow, and the 3 would necessarily be next to a 2 or a 4, breaking the non-consecutive part of the rule. So this is not a 1, this is a 9, and this is a 1. And there we go, we're away. Oh, we've got loads more stuff coming. I don't know what to look at next. This can't be 2, 3, 4, so there's a 1 on it. No, that doesn't really get anything done, does it? Oh, well, it does. This arrow also can't be 2, 3, 4 for 2 reasons. One is the consecutive reason, one is because that can't be 9. So, in fact, this is not 9. This is less than 9. It's no more than 8. So there is a 1 on this arrow, and the fact that I just pencil marked a 1 in one of those cells, and I have 1 there, means we know it's here. This, I feel like it's almost certain to be 2. If it was a 5, that would have to be a 2, which would be consecutive with a 1. If it was a 6, we're too high. So that is a 2. This digit is 4 or 5. It's not allowed to be consecutive to 2. And this is 7 or 8. I'm trying not to look at the Ren bands. They're appealing to me, but I'm withholding myself from that for the time being. There is a 1 in one of those cells by Sudoku. Okay, this line. It can't be 1, 2, 3. The trouble is, there's likely to be a circle here. I don't know what it is. I mean, I can see that these Ren bands don't have a 1 on. That just doesn't feel very interesting at all. I don't know. I don't want to use the Ren bands. They just don't seem interesting. The arrows have been much better for me so far, but I don't know how to make progress with this one. If 1 and 2 are on it, they're in those positions. Then this could be a 4 or a 5. Then it would add up to 7 or 8. This must be a circle, I suppose, because it can't be 1 or 2 if that's 1 or 2. Now, there is this can't be 3, 4, 1 in the middle, can it? Because of that 1 by Sudoku. It's not that they can't be consecutive. That's not part of the rules. It's adjacent digits along a line. So does this have to be a 1, 2 pair? I don't think so, because this could be a 1, 3, 5 arrow, and that could be 9. And the rules would be intact at that point, as far as I can see. So maybe I have to think about this one. Why would this arrow need a 1 on? Oh, it doesn't have a 1 on. Right, it doesn't have a 1 or a 2 on this arrow. So the minimum digits, which must be non-consecutive, are therefore 3 and 5, and that's an 8. It's very straightforward when you see it. That's a 7, this is a 4 to make it work. Okay, 8, 3, 5, 7, 2. This is 6 or 9. 8, 3, 5. So 8 and 5 are in those cells. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 6 or 9 as well. This is a 1, 4 pair. There's a 4 in one of those 2 cells. These are from 2, 6, 7, 9. Now, if that was a 9, right, if that was a 9, these would be 8, 7, and 6. And that can't happen. You can't have this trio of consecutive digits because 7 would end up next to 8 or 6. So that's a 6, that's a 9, and we'll clear fog and get a new line started. Now, these can't have a 4 on or a 9. So we're selecting from 5, 6, 7, 8. That is what we are selecting. 7 and 8 have to be chaperoned by a 5 in the middle to stop them touching each other. The rest of the digits in the region are 2, 3, and 6. They don't have any constraints on. The 5 there makes that a 3 and that a 5. These digits are from 3, 6, 7, 8 and involve 7 and 8. These digits are 5, 8, 9 now. Now maybe I can think about this line, which doesn't have a 9 on or a 1. So we're selecting from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The line must have a 5 on now. 2, 3, 4, 5 is the minimum. 5, 6, 7, 8 is the maximum. So it has a 5 on, and it doesn't have it in this box because that's a 5, 8, 9 triple. So that is a 5. 1, 4, 9, 5. Now, it mustn't have an 8 on the line, so now it must have a 4 on the line. Because once you take 8 out, the maximum is 7, 6, 5, 4. The minimum is 2, 3, 4, 5. There is a 4 on the line. It's got to be there, given the pencil marking we just did on 4s. So the remaining cells in the box are 2, 3, 6, 7. We can see that this line goes through here. So, and it's at least 3 cells long, so that's not going to be 2 or 3. It's not going to be 6 either, because again, this line that is at least 3 cells long can't have 1, 2, 3 on it, because 2 would always be next to 1 or 3. So that's a 7. This line is a 1, 2, 4 line. We can place the 1, 4 is there to stop 2 being consecutive to 1, And I can now go back, as I was planning to immediately, and think about these digits on the purple line. That can't be 2. It's not allowed to be 6. So that's a 3. This is now not allowed to be 2, so that's a 6. Oh, I think there is a rule about 4-cell lines that have non-consecutive digits on. I must have done a puzzle on this theme before, because I think the 4 digits that you select have to have their extreme digits in the middle. So this is a 3, 4, 5, 6 line. In that sequence of 3, 4, 5, 6, the extreme digits on the ends of the sequence are 3 and 6. And they have to go in the middle, because if you tried to put 4 here, it would necessarily be next to either 3 or 5. And if you tried to put 5 there, it would necessarily be next to 4 or 6. Same for in that position. So these middle digits are always the extreme digits. So I should know that that's an 8. Well, I do, because it's sitting next to 6, so it's obvious there. But again, you see the same pattern happens. The extreme digits of 5, 6, 7, 8 are on the end. So this 4-cell line, that will happen again. These will be extreme digits, and these will be consecutive digits. And I don't know what they are, but I know that that is true. Now there's no 4 on this line now. It could still be 1, 2, 5 or 1, 2, 6. It can't be 1, 2, 3. It could be 1, 3, 5. So that is going to be an 8 or a 9. This can't be a low digit, so it certainly can't be a line digit and an arrow digit. It has to be a circle digit. I don't know where I'm meant to be looking next. That's a 2, isn't it? Okay, so that's given me a 6, 7, 9 trip. This is a 2, 8 pair. It's probably this line. Now, if there's a 5 on the line, it has to be here. And then by my rule, it has to be an extreme digit. Ah, that's interesting. Right, 3 or 4 there means that these digits cannot contain 3 and 4. So if this was a 5 at the high end of 2, 3, 4, 5, the line would go 2, 4, 3, 5, but that would break this cell. So it's not a 2, 3, 4, 5 line. It's also not a 1, 2, 3, 4 line, because this would not be an extreme digit, and yet 1 and 4 both see it. So this is not 1, 2, 3, 4, or 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not 3, 4, 5, 6, because 5 would be one of the middle digits, and it's not 4, 5, 6, 7 for the same... No, I'm wrong. In 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 would be on the end. Yes, it's not 3, 4, 5, 6. We're up to at least 4, 5, 6, 7. So 6 and 7 are definitely on this line. If 5 is on the line, it's a 5, 6, 7, 8 line, which goes 5, no, sorry. I think I'm just going to restart. This can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, because this digit would be an extreme digit, would be 1 or 4, and it can't be. I don't think it's 2, 3, 4, 5, because that would be 5, this would be 2, 3, 4, that would break this. Right. So it is at least 3, 4, 5, 6. So there is a 6 on the line. Let's start with that. If it was 3, 4, 5, 6, it's these middle digits would be 3 and 6. That would be 5 and that would be 4. Now that would be a problem because 3 and 4 would see that. So it's at least 4, 5, 6, 7. If it was 4, 5, 6, 7, this would be 4, 7, 6, 5. Well, that's certainly possible. If it was 5, 6, 7, 8, that's not going to work because the 5's on the end here. And 6, 7, 8 would have to involve 7 touching one of the others. So it's not that. So the other possibility is 6, 7, 8, 9. Which is going to be quite interesting with that. Now, if it's 6, 7, 8, 9, the extreme digits 6 and 9 are in those cells. Oh, I've hit the wrong numbers. 6 and 9 are in those cells, and 7 and 8 are in these cells. So this can never be a 6. I've got all the possibilities logged here. This now can't be a 6. If this is 6, 7, 8, 9, that's a quadruple. And these are from 1, 2, 3, 4. And that might be a problem for this line, but I haven't worked that one out yet. Yeah, I'm not going to rule on that. So this is either 6, 7, 8, 9, in which case that has to be the same as that. They would both be 7s. Or it's 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that what I've said is the all possible? With 5 there. 4, yeah, 6, 4, 7 it goes. 5, 9, 3. That would be 1, 2, 8. Right, what I'm now finding is that 1 and 2 are not in those cells. So they are in these 3 cells. This is important. That's the important point. 1 and 2 are in those cells, so this can't be a 1. And given that this line has to have a 1 on it, it's there. And unsurprisingly, we get a circle here. Now, 2 is now not on this line at all. Not just not next to 1, it's not on it at all because it's there somewhere. So these digits, which aren't allowed to be consecutive, must be a 3 and a 5. That was very similar to down here. And that's a 9. Now, 2 is on one of these cells with a non-consecutive digit. Which is not 3. So where's 3 in this row? It's definitely there. Gosh, it's weird how this works. Where's 4 in this row? I don't know. It could be there or it could be here. That's not a 9. We know that now. 1, 3, 5, 9, 4, 8. So I can place 2, 6, 7 up here. Might as well do some Sudoku when it offers. That's a 6 in the row. That's interesting. That means this is not a 6. Now that's going to be significant because 6 is not one of the internal digits in this sequence. So it's not 4, 5, 6, 7 anymore because 6 would have to be on one end and it's not. If this line was 4, 5, 6, 7, the middle bits would be the extreme 4 and 7. That would be, and that would have to be 5 or 6, and it can't be. So this is not a 4, 5, 6, 7 line. Let's get rid of 4. 4 is now in one of those 2 cells. This is a 6. There's no other low digits we could add on. There we go. That's not a 6. This is a 6, 7, 8, 9 line now. 5, 6, 7, 8 wouldn't work for some reason because 5 wouldn't be there. This is a 6, 7, 8, 9 line. That's a 7 because it sees a 6, 9 pair now. 6 there. Okay, we've got 7, 8, 9 to place here. That's the 9. Then there's a 7, 8 pair. 6 is placed in box 9. What's come out of here? 3 has come out of here. So that is 6, 7, or 8 on this new line down here. Now I've got a 7, 8 pair in the row. 2 and 8 get placed. That fixes 7, 8. That makes this a 7, which must go next to 9, not 6. There we go. That line's finished. These are from 3, 4, 5. Right, that's 5 or 8. Oh, look, the 2 down here is resolved 4 and 2. This is a 3, 4 pair. We're still clearing the fog from some corners of the puzzle, but not many to go is my assessment now. But we've still got this line to sort out. I don't know its length. I wonder if it's going to be another 4 long line. Oh, look, this is a naked single. 1497 3685. The only Sudoku digit left is a 2. Okay, this digit is not 238657. It's 1, 4, or 9. It's not allowed to be consecutive with that one. Don't know what that means. These two can't be 8 or 6. In the column, they are a 3-5 pair. In the column, this can't be 6, so it must be 8. So that's a 6 now. Now I can fill in these 2 digits based on that. And we have got a 4-cell line, which has 7 and something here is the extreme digits. So that's a 4 and that's a 5. There we go. That line is complete. That's a 1, that's a 4. This has become 3 very clearly. Now we're finishing off. 1, 2, we've got 1, 9 to put in here. That sorts out 2, 1, 7, 9, 3. That's 3 in the corner. Well, that's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. And there we go. Oh, didn't get a tick because I've still got 2 cells to fill in. There we go. That's not too bad. And that's ideal in terms of moving on to another puzzle. But that's good fun. That's a clever puzzle. I mean, there's some intricate thinking to do about non-consecutives along these arrows, but it all works very neatly. It's just really nice touch setting. Now, this is For Steph by Dan from Wappingers. Now, Dan and Steph are, they bill themselves as Simon's favourite couple from Wappingers Falls in New York State. I think Simon had trouble pronouncing the name Wappingers. I can't remember exactly what he said, but Dan has provided a sort of phonetic explanation within the title here. Now, of course, Simon should have asked me. There is every chance that I have been in Wappingers Falls. Back when I was 18, just before I started university, I went on a solo bike ride in New England for just about 3 weeks. I flew into Newark and then I cycled up the Hudson River from New Jersey all the way to Albany in sort of the north end of New York State. And I went through places like Poughkeepsie. And I've had a look at the map and I cannot remember when I crossed the Hudson River. If I crossed it early, then I cycled right through Wappingers Falls, past what is presumably Steph and Dan's place now. If I crossed it late, then maybe I was on the other side of the Hudson River from Wappingers Falls. And I can't really remember where I seem to remember I crossed it at some sort of scenic bridge. But then probably all the bridges over the Hudson at that point in New York State are quite scenic. When I got to Albany, I nearly got run over by a truck. That was an incredibly close call. And then later in that trip, I went on through Vermont. And at some point between Albany and some ski resort in Vermont, this was autumn or fall, obviously, in New England. So it was very pretty, and it wasn't absolutely freezing, thank goodness. But I remember cycling past a farm where a very angry dog, growling and barking, chased me as though to actually bite me, which was terrifying. Certainly put on some speed then. I also remember cycling at very slow speed up a hill and rather nervously finding that there was a snake straight across my path. I had to cycle some way out of the way to avoid it, and I have no idea what sort of snakes they have in those parts and how dangerous it would have been potentially, but it didn't get me, and I'm still here. So it was a great trip, and I might have been in Wappingers Falls during it, so there you go. Now, Steph had a birthday shout out from Dan last summer, and that was where Simon struggled with the name, and now Dan has created his first Sudoku, so we're going to have a go at that, and I'm told it's good. So, but fairly straightforward, but good. So, the rules are normal Sudoku rules, 1 to 9 again in every row, column and box. You know that by now. Numbers in thermometer sections must increase in value from the bulb end. Looks like we're on a thermo here. The sum of the numbers along the path of each arrow must equal the number in the circled cell, just like the James Cott puzzle. And purple lines, same again. Renban lines contain consecutive digits in a random order. And green lines, adjacent digits along a green line, a German whispers line, must have a difference of 5 or more. So normal rules, give it a try. This one is more straightforward, so maybe we'll be able to get into beast mode and see how we do. So let's get cracking. We've got 7, 8, 9 to complete that thermo. Oh, it's dynamic fog this time. That is going to give us a 2 and a 1 on its thermo. Then we get a 4 here. 4 on the arrow circle. That's got to be 2 1s and a 2. Now, we've got a thermo going at least to there. Now, what else have we got? We've got a Renban here, which needs a 3 and a 4 on it. We've got a German whisper here. Right, this digit on the whisper is low, and it can't be 1, 2, or 4. So that's a 3. Now, what is this? Is a new... There seems to be an arrow going one way or the other down there, and a new purple Renban line. These two are low. I don't know what they are. The 3, right. The 3 is fixed on that purple line. There must be a 4 on this purple line, and we now know where it goes. It goes there. This is 1 or 5, but we've got a 1 in the box, so that's a 5. Okay, this 8 line has got to have a 7 and a 6 on it, because you can't go any higher than 9, so when you come back down the numbers, you're going to hit 7 and 6. The 7 is going to have to be there. Oh, that cleared more fog. That's a 1, 3 pair, we know the order. These are going to include a 6 and not a 9, so they're a 5, 6 pair, we know the order because of the 5 we got. This is 7, 8, or 9, but I think it's going to have to be 7 to make this Renban work. Unless the Renban forks or something, but we weren't specifically told it didn't. So I won't rely on that yet. 8 in row 3 is there. That's 1, 2, 3, or 4. 5, 6, 8 still to place in row 4. These are from 5, 6, 7. This is a 6, 9 pair, don't know the order. 6, 3, 2, 4, 1, 5. 7, 8, 9 still to place. Okay, I do think part... Oh no, 7 by Sudoku, that's a 7. Oh, that cleared other odd bits. Right, those are a 6, 7 pair now. This is a 9. 5, 9, 2, 3, 1. This is a 6, 8 pair. This is a 4, 7 pair that are write-ins. This is a 1, 2, 8 triple, that's a 5. These are known, that's a 9 and 8. That's a 1, 4 pair, that's a 2, 3 pair. This 6, 9 pair is not resolved. That thermo doesn't seem to be... Oh, this digit is resolved, it's a naked single 4. So we clear 4 out of those cells. 4, 6, this is an 8, that's a 6. 5 and 7 in column 2, they're done. That's now 3, 2, 1 on the beginning of the thermo. Oh, that was 3 in the corner. It's having a party. That's a 4 there. Oh, we've got another M. Ah. Yeah, okay. I know what's going on in this puzzle, and you might do by now as well. Right, that can't be a 9 on that part of the thermo, so I'm putting 6. This is now 5, because it can't be 4. That's 8, 9 here, 8, 9, 7, 4, 1. That's a 5. We've got 2, 3, 6 as a triple. This pair is a 3, 6 pair. They can be written in. That's going to sort out the 2, 3, 6 triple. This 4, 8, 9 triple, that's an 8. That's all I know on that. So in this row, we've got 2, 5, 7. Now, we can't put 7 here, and 2 won't allow the line to connect up. That's a 5, that's a 6. That's a 7, that's a 6. This doesn't involve a 5. 4, 8, 9 in the bottom row. That's a naked 4 then. So that sorts out box 7. 8 there. We've got a 1-9 pair. They're resolved by the 9 that was given. So this column, that's a 2, that's a 7. We've got 5, 6 at the top. They're done. And this 2-3 pair has been resolved by the corner of the grid. That's now not 3 or 4. These don't have a 2 in. In fact, that must be 1, that must be 8. This must be 2. That's 3 or 4. That's a 3, in fact. Oh, there goes all the fog. 7 and 4. And what the fog clearing has revealed, in case you haven't seen it already, is a message here. Brilliant stuff. So, love it. And there's a heart tick. Because look at the lines in this puzzle. Look at the lines in this puzzle. M, A, R, R, Y, M, E. Marry me, says Dan to Steph. And we just saw that the number of solvers was 2. I am the second solver. I believe that the first solver, because Dan said she enjoyed the puzzle, was Steph. So Steph will have seen this message already. And we can but hope that the reply has been in the affirmative. I don't know if we've had this elsewhere. If we've featured this on the channel already somehow, I apologise. But I'm not aware that we have. And I am aware that it's a very romantic thing to do. So well done, Dan. I'm sorry if this got relegated to the second puzzle in the video, but as you can see, it was a 5-minute solve. So, you know, very, very approachable and absolutely charming. Congratulations to both of them. I hope Steph said yes. I hope Wappingers Falls is as pretty as I remember every river up there, every town up there along the Hudson was. And have a great time. Thank you for watching on the channel. I will see you again soon. Bye for now.